Hello everyone, and welcome back to Dorky Dad Gaming. Today we're going to take a look at what is probably one of the most, if not the most, anticipated game coming out this year, across console and PC as well. Now that game of course is Hogwarts Legacy. Now one of the most intriguing parts of this game is the fact that it's an open world RPG, where we as the players can basically take control of our wizard or witch and shape them kind of however we want to throughout the game. So we will, of course, get to explore familiar locations that we know and love from the Harry Potter books and movies. However, we've also been told that we'll get to explore all sorts of new locations as well. So our journey will allow us to master spell casting, different talents and abilities, discover fantastic beasts, of course, craft potions, and just so much more. Now this game is brought to us by Portkey Games, which is a label under Warner Brothers Games. And now they describe the game by saying this, and I quote, "Experience Hogwarts in the 1800s. Your character is a student who holds the key to an ancient secret that threatens to tear the wizarding world apart. You have received a late acceptance to the Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, and soon discover that you are no ordinary student. You possess an unusual ability to perceive and master ancient magic. Only you can decide if you will protect this secret for good of all, or yield to the temptation of more sinister magic." So yeah, after reading that little passage there, I was basically hooked, and I will stare at my computer until the date this game is released. So speaking of release date, there have been a few sites mentioning the possibility of September of this year, so I'm just going to mark that down on my calendar. But as we all know, that could just be pure speculation, but I think it's worth taking note of. So Hogwarts Legacy will be coming out for the PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, and of course the PC. So now let's shift gears a little bit to the setting of the game and how it works with the Harry Potter series that we're all familiar with. So Portkey Games did come out and tell us that the game will be developed around the world that J.K. Rowling created for us. However, the game developers are creating new territory and different ways for us to immerse ourselves into the wizarding world. So it's also, the game is set in the 1800s. So don't expect to see familiar faces such as, Harry, of course, Hermione Granger, Ron Weasley, or anybody else that was friends or enemies with Harry that we're used to and that we all know and love. So although we may not see those familiar faces, there will be many things in the game that we are familiar with. And a few of those things are the ability to choose which house we belong to, of course, Hogwarts Castle in general, the Forbidden Forest, Hogsmeade Village, and many other adaptations that they pulled from the world that we all love. So aside from learning to brew up potions and master spellcasting and taming magical beasts and all those great things, we will also be given a morality system throughout the game. Now this morality system will directly affect our ability to become a good wizard such as Harry, or a dark wizard with cunning and vile actions like He Who Must Not Be Named. I personally like the ability to choose good or bad. I think I want one of each just to see how that's all going to work out. Also, upon character creation, we will be able to customize the overall look of our character with similar choices that we are used to seeing in RPG games, such as body type and whether we're a witch or wizard, as we said before, so on and so forth. But something else that's kind of cool is we'll also be able to change our voice, so I think that's kind of a neat aspect there. One thing that I do hope gets added at a later date is the ability to play multiplayer in the game. So as of right now, the game will be single player only. However, there will be certain scenarios and events in the game that will allow us to select certain companions to help us along the way. So guys, this is one title that I am truly looking forward to. I can't wait to get my hands on it. I see nothing but potential here, but I'm really hoping that Portkey Games does it right and they give us some more footage and some more gameplay action to help us kind of put the pieces together. So a few things that I would love to know more about is how deep we can go in certain subjects, such as like herbology or charms, how they're going to do that in the game. They also tease us in the trailer with brooms. So I truly hope that that's a sign that we can fly on brooms in the game and perhaps even play some Quidditch with our house of choice. Now one last thing that I thought about was if the game would ever be available for VR. We've recently gotten acquainted with our Oculus Quest here at home, and we are having a blast with it. I could see this being a game that could be so much fun with the VR, and perhaps even some type of wand that you hold when casting spells, but anyways, that's another day, another subject. So guys, if you're as excited as I am about this game, please leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you're looking forward to, and what you would like to see in Hogwarts Legacy.
The journey ahead will reveal what you stand for.